Conservatives are apparently rebelling against Donald Trump for tacking to the center on certain policy issues as Kamala Harris rises in the polls. Last week, Trump took to his platform
Truth, essential.
around 3 a.m. Yes, to share a link celebrating a proposal that he had previously put forward, which is to allow foreign graduates to get green cards. The Washington Examiner piece is titled, "Trump is right, foreign graduates should get green cards." And they write, despite facing friendly fire from so-called national conservatives or a very recent interview with the venture capitalists on the All In podcast, former President Donald Trump's latest insistence that foreign students be compelled to stay in the country after attending an American college exemplifies the former president's pro-growth strain of America first. Now, look, if you give people the pathways to citizenship through attending school, I think that'd be a smart choice, right? Let them become citizens, get good jobs, pay taxes. That makes sense, at least to me, because it adds to our country. That said, Trump voters who are fiercely anti-immigrant, they're not happy about it. In fact, Punished Human Being writes this. When doubling down on stapling green cards to diplomas in the post yesterday regarding reproductive rights, you have fully lost my vote. Sad, you are no longer the America First candidate that you were in 2016 and 2020. I tried to get on board with no tax on tips and drill baby drill instead of build a wall and drain the swamp. It was a spit in the face when you had an immigrant speak Spanish on stage and a punch in the gut when you called Miriam Adelson braver than veterans. No, I just love this idea that it's like, you let somebody speak Spanish on stage? How dare you? What's next? Communism? Wait, what? Huh? Wait. I don't understand the hatred that people have for immigrants. It doesn't make any sense. They added, I hope to see changes, but until then, I am now an uncommitted voter. Another self-identified MAGA fan, James Desch, also took exception to the immigration proposal, saying, yeah, sure, Operation Paperclip worked out fantastic for America and Americans. We are paying for that naivete to this very day. And now we want to double down? Not so fast. Wait, hold on. Isn't Operation Paperclip how the United States actually made it to the moon? The German scientists were vastly instrumental in creating the space program that we had. That was, yeah, did a lot of important things. Moon landing. Of course, if you don't believe that we actually landed on the moon, if you're one of those moon truthers, then okay, well, maybe then his statement might make a little sense to you. Okay. Now, another user who frequently shares content from Trump and his campaign, Major Calhoun, said, I disagree. Those are still American jobs going to foreigners. We are failing our children every time a foreigner gets an American education. An American job that our kids would have if our education system wasn't garbage. America for Americans first. No, hold on. That sounds like Nazi stuff. Okay, America for Americans. Wait, what? Now, if you're concerned about, hey, look, yeah, we're going to exploit foreigners, our companies. I'm concerned that our companies will exploit foreigners by hiring them over American citizens that are equally as qualified and just pay them less. Oh, well, okay, well, hey, that is a legitimate concern, actually. Now, you can solve that by forcing these companies to pay foreign green card holders, H-1B visa holders, the same amount that you would pay someone in America, giving them no incentive to choose someone who, again, is just as highly qualified, but will work for less, who happens to be someone from a foreign country on an H-1B. That would also lessen the companies from, trying to get their workforce made up of H-1B visa holders, right? If you're, again, forcing these companies to pay those green card or visa holders the same amount that you would pay for a highly skilled American worker. So it kind of eliminate that problem using some policy. Now, of course, these companies despise that, and they don't want that at all because they ultimately want to pay people less for the same amount of work. Okay. Now, As of 2020, 60% of the H-1B positions certified by the U.S. Department of Labor were assigned wage levels well below the local median wage for that occupation. So that's a problem. That is a problem. We can fix that. But of course, who's standing in the way? Giant corporations. I know, right? Now, there's more. Patriot Double H says, or I should say Patriot, I don't think we should have foreigners in our schools to begin with. We need to focus on our own population and educating our own children to make America great. I don't see how offering a green card to a foreign college graduate compels them to not share what they've obtained here. What, student loan debt? Don't really want to share that with their country of origin. The universities are corrupt and need to be cleaned out, they said. And Americans need opportunities first. Is our country trying to in such a bad shape that we need foreigners to show us how to run it? Pretty sure that's part of how we got in this mess to begin with. No, the mess. The reason that we got into a lot of the mess that we're in with is because we actually didn't follow some of what the other countries have done. Other countries have nationalized healthcare. We don't. We have privatized healthcare. Okay, other countries, up until a certain point, actually had better student. They didn't even have student loans. They would actually pay their kids to go to college and then pay their living, like a stipend so they could survive while going to school. I know it's an insane proposal, right? When you talk about doing that here in this country. So what is it? Socialism? Yeah, it turns out countries like Finland, okay, these Nordic countries actually have higher rates of happiness. They're some of the happiest countries in the world because they have some of these programs that again, right-wingers like patriots would call socialistic or communism.
Pink-haired communists.
No, they just actually take care of their own people, weirdly enough. And not only do we not take care of foreigners, we don't take care of our own people. We instead take care of very, very wealthy CEOs. That's who we take care of. That's who gets most of the gains in this country. And so that's a big issue. Now, that said, he's not just losing right-wingers on immigration, okay? He's also losing them on abortion because he's decided to back away from some of the more extremist positions on abortion. Trump told NBC News that he believes the 6-week abortion ban in Florida was too short, which led to much wailing and gnashing of teeth by conservatives. Eric Erickson says, if Donald Trump loses, today is the day he lost. He said the committed pro-life community could turn a blind eye, in part to national abortion issues, but for Trump to weigh in on Florida as he did will be a bridge too far for too many. Well, I thought that whole idea, I thought the Republicans were like, we just wanted to turn it back to the states and let the states decide. And then when somebody who lives in the state is like, I think I would like something different, that's a bridge too far. No, it was never about letting the states decide. It was always about, we want to ban abortion, period. Now, Cole Muzio, head of the Georgia anti-abortion group Frontline Policy Council, said, quote, "This is completely and utterly grotesque and indefensible. The recent statements," this is Lila Rose, "the recent statements that they have been making, increasingly pro-abortion statements, and the positions that they are choosing to take are making it untenable for pro-life voters to get out the vote for them. This is, unfortunately, the path that they've chosen. I would not vote for Harris if the election were today. I would not vote for Harris or Trump based on their policies and their statements and their positions." So now here's the thing. I don't trust Donald Trump. Okay. I don't think he cares about these issues. Honestly, he doesn't. No, Trump's just desperate to win. He'll say anything. Okay. Expect to backtrack on some of these things. In fact, I forget when. Had to have been very recently, within the last couple of days. He's still continuing with the Democrats want to kill babies after they're born lie. So, no, I don't trust him at all. No, the real danger, though, in Trump is not his own personal beliefs, which I don't even know, honestly. Like, he's lied about so many things. Now, what I'm worried about is who he'll appoint to manage those issues, because Donald Trump is lazy, okay? He's lazy. He just wants to get into the position so he can personally profit. But he is going to appoint people, okay? And the last time he was in a position of power, Heritage Foundation just gave him a list. Here's who you're going to pick. And he goes, okay. He picked 3 of them for the Supreme Court, which led to the destruction of Roe. All right? He picks the worst people because he is told to by people that have helped him, have donated to him, or flattered him the most. That's what they told him to do. And so he did it. That's the problem. Trump's never had a core set of beliefs. It is whatever the people that are around him are willing to give him for his support, okay? In exchange, he is transactional, okay? Which, of course, is only provided. He'll only do what he's asked, provided that it won't actually harm his chances of winning. And so, in this case, look, the anti-abortion people have helped him out quite a bit in the past, and he has gone out of his way to help them. But now that abortion is a central issue in this, reproductive freedom is a central issue that Harris is running on, suddenly Trump's like, well, that position is going to make me lose. Well, screw you guys. I'm going to go with the winning position now, right? And that's it. That's it. It's this election, immigration, okay, abortion is a weak spot, and then on immigration, his big corporate donors that are bankrolling him, they want the top talent from universities to work for them for less money. They don't care if they're foreign. All they care about is, do we have to pay people less to work here? Are we going to get talented people for less money? That's it. The fact that MAGA chuds cannot understand that Trump only uses you for your votes so he can get into power and fill his own pockets. Well, I mean, that's it. Oh, and by the way, now he also wants to stay out of jail. That's one of the motivations there. If you don't realize that, you're a sucker. Then again, if they weren't suckers, they wouldn't be voting for Trump. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.